Friends, good morning. You are people who are just watching my video, my friends or relatives or a lot of Facebook friends and all. They might be thinking, what happened to me? Actually, nothing had happened. Actually, today, after many days, many videos, I generally don't make any kind of preparation for whatsoever reason. Last few days, actually, I was little busy with many issues with my companies. In one way, like there are big projects which we have done long back, and I heard many times I told in my video we do very big projects on very high tech climate change research, simulation, and very renowned research institute. My own technology that I have thought of doing something for climate, environment, nature. Last 7 days, it was really a kind of a things that is going on, taking up issues, projects, talking to international scientists, their idea and understanding, and they want to do something in India. They're finding me out if I can help them, talking to them. Many things I have told many times, but discussing with them in length and trying to give, I cannot make those things in public. But my poetic exercise, my science, whatever little knowledge I have, I every time I try to share. There's nothing like I'm sharing means for my own interest. I don't also mind anybody if I always feel if I can share if anybody is listening anywhere in this world, if a single person is getting influenced and maybe liking this idea, that will be my success rather than if I keep all those things in my mind and not expressing, doing everything. That could be a crime for me and not to tell because as I've told you many times, I'm not an intellectual. I'm not holding any position in a university or a research academic institute where I have certain students, nothing like that. I have a company, I have young minds, engineers. I work with rational thoughts and I've been doing it for many years. Whether those things are bad or good, time is going to decide, but I don't claim myself as a poet. I don't claim myself as a scientist. I don't claim myself as an intellectual. I don't claim myself as a hypocrite. I don't like to be also a pseudo intellectual. I just exercise my mind and knowledge and wisdom, and I just speak the way I see the world with my rational thought process. I don't care about if somebody is liking or disliking. I can question anybody in this world. For that matter, I have done it. I have questioned all the Nobel laureates, most of the Nobel laureates, including economic science. I have rejected their theory, put my own theory. I have talked against Einstein, his role, what kind of role he has played in Second World War. I told also the later what is there in the public domain. It has been influenced by American administration to write Einstein's as later. I have questioned about the global warming Nobel laureates who got the Nobel Prize talking about the global temperature. If it is increasing by 8 degree, he wants to bring the industrialization that if you increase the temperature by 8 degree, your GDP will be reduced by 6%. And if you increase the temperature by 4 degree, then your GDP will be reduced by 2 to 2.5%, and theoretically is doing getting the Nobel Prize. Friends, I always say there is a rational thinking of everything, every issues. Only theoretically analyzing something without understanding the consequences, what is going to happen in reality. I have told him many times. Not necessarily every time I'm going to explain what is happening or what is not happening. I have questioned and exercised my knowledge and wisdom to challenge Nobel laureates. Friends, it takes a lot of courage to do that. It is not easy that you can talk against any Nobel laureate. I have challenged any discussion is required. I am ready to put my theory, you put your theory, no problem. Similar way, challenge Nobel laureate who talked about the climate change, his theory. Friends, sorry, 1 minute. Friends, my purpose of coming today with a guitar and with a new this thing. Yeah, I probably have not seen. I was not knowing this dress was there. It was lying inside Almira. I was searching that what to wear and speak like. Before that, I made a video of science, society, religion, hypocrisy. I have covered Rabindranath Jivananda, the poetic sense, what is poetry, what is good poetry, what is bad poetry. I recited Jivananda's poetry and his placement of Banalata Sen and how it is. Even though I have criticized Banalata Sen, the poetry, what is written by Jivananda Das in many ways in my previous video, I've spoken hours after hours analyzing Jivananda Das that what is this Mayavadi fellow is all about. Friends, in the intellectual area, like nothing wrong in criticizing. Criticism is a constructive criticism or destructive criticism. That doesn't matter at the end of the day. Who are we to judge whether making constructive or destructive criticism? Okay, talking about this thing, my dress is totally different. I went to Calcutta. Calcutta is this is a very famous thing, and I told many times that I should be little uh, choose a place. I'm choosing a place, washroom, and sitting inside, even though there are many places to sit. But okay, it was my choice. I was not knowing my wife, my daughters. They bought for me. I just thinking today because I believe. Let's say, imagine a sannyasi, Swami Vivekananda. Imagine something. Swami Vivekananda, is a spiritual guru with all knowledge and wisdom. Now, Swami Vivekananda is having a tie, a t-shirt, suited booted Swami Vivekananda is standing and speaking in Chicago dais. So that speech, same Vivekananda, speaking in Tume, one Gerua Vastro with this thing and speaking, giving brothers and sisters like that, his speech, Chicago. Another youth with tie, right? A tie, t-shirt, like a suited booted person and speaking. Same thing he is speaking now. These two situations you can analyze. Similar way, when you do any intellectual or poetry or singing, you can sing anyway with tie, with a like kind of professional fellow, a nice marketing guy, like with a tie, with a shampoo or with a spray. And same way, like reverse. So if you are doing marketing, if you are taking a Gerua Bostro and talking about the technology, so everything there is a placement. What I'm trying to tell over here. So that's why I felt since I'll be reciting some of my poetry, I thought of using this the nice dress I feel, and I don't like to wear this thing go out because I don't like at all. But at home, absolutely fine, and this could give me a lot of pleasure. It's a pure cotton, and it's not very expensive. There are many things you cannot correlate with money, but the kind of essence, and you can see that the printing, the work over here in Bengal, a lot of creations are there. You won't find such kind of dresses anywhere in this world, whatever money you to the Bengali, lot of work which is done in a very expertise. They use it for making such kind of thing, this printing and all, and with very cheaper price. And Bengal has got potential. That is what I want to tell you. Bengali people are very creative, and only thing it's a matter of exposure. They have to come out from that jungle here. There are many things I have talked from 3 o'clock. I got up. Today's purpose is something different. I was trying to come down and zoom down many issues, and when you deal with very high end technology, when you see and heard the news last night, I heard one of my project, my technology that I have developed 2009 and 10. The Prime Minister of India is coming for an inauguration, and I was knowing initially it was President of India, now Prime Minister of India. It was confirmed that Prime Minister of India is coming to inaugurate one of my projects on climate change. What I have done, I feel that today I am feeling little excited and proud that previously we have done many projects, many President of India. All the way I told, I went to many places for the inauguration purpose. It has not been materialized because of the different schedule. All the good institute like IRI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, where the director was there, Dr. Swami Vivekananda. I'm talking that he was there, the director. So my project, and you can see all those projects through Google Map, NBRI, ISBT, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, CRISAT, University of Dubai, Assam Agriculture University, and Hyderabad University, IDA Hyderabad, Delhi, JNU, the intellectual hub. Even scientists, they have thrown me out from their campus, but I stood. I have not forgotten that scientist, but I have worked with another group. I have developed my big projects over there. I'm mentoring a lot of PhD students from JNU, the intellectual hub. Even not going also, I am mentoring them. IIT, Kharagpur IIT, Interclimate Change Division that is developed by us. Even if you go to OUT, Rice Research Institute, Kotak, Bhubaneswar and Kotak, Odisha, Hyderabad, Andhra, Bangalore, IIHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, the FACE system. So friends, how many things I want to tell? I told from east to west, I have established my climate change project in the Himalayan belt. ISBT Palampur, high altitude. Worked on the CO2 level below 380 ppm on stress biology, creating open atmosphere in a tunnel like where you want to reduce CO2 by 100 ppm. This is a crazy job, taking an Elsevier paper and putting my technology, working with CSR scientists, group of scientists. It's a really tough job to do that, but those are part of history, and people are going to judge when I say something that I do not have any ambition. I have worked now. I'm just analyzing and putting into my synthesizer and trying to see that what I have done in my life. Because each life has to analyze after certain time what they are doing. It's basically a cross check whether I'm going in the right direction and the wrong direction. That is very important because we are a sensible person. When you do something for a longer time, you want to see whether we are doing the right job or wrong job. Obviously, everybody should analyze it and express it. Whichever mode it is possible, they should explore. Friends, what I'm trying to tell over here last few days, there are many things going in my mind. There are new projects, new idea, very complex project. Attending a webinar, discussing with group of scientists, and they're high tech, and it can blow somebody's mind. I'm not telling it. It is all those things related to microorganism, where you want to excite those microorganisms in different light exposure to get the output. It's a triggering. I was teaching my wife on how to extract better way uranium from seawater. So how to have the ethanol production. I told ethanol production entire philosophy of socialism. You can get it. I've tried to tell how my microorganism is playing role and making a society, and finally bringing alcohol. This much I can tell you. I've talked about they have the true nationalist bacteria or fungus they have. Otherwise, if that nationalism is not there, they will be fighting with each other. They will be creating a kind of inhibition zone, and that is the split. So, friends, everything, any process, there is a philosophy, and if one is understanding the philosophy, many of our societal problem can be resolved because we are not able to correlate all the philosophy together to derive a better direction or shape for the society because of our knowledge. Our knowledge, when I say knowledge, okay, how shallow or how deep, how penetrated, that can be only judged the person when they are speaking. What kind of logic somebody is bringing, that is important, right? Speaking on air, speaking on technology without knowing anything, one should not like know any position if you are holding. If you don't know anything, it is better not to speak. I talked many times. I have given my Visa in India document for 22 hours, friends. I told anybody in this world, if, how mad it can be that can give 22 hours, it is there. I don't have any ambition for my country. I'm nicely enjoying with my technology. I can have everything. I can sleep comfortably, live comfortably. I'm doing it. That madness I had out of 142 crores people. I am submitting my visa on India document for which I am working 30 years. Friends, people might be laughing and smiling today. The same way Vivekananda, the way he went to Chicago, the struggle they had made today, we are remembering him. I don't know. I don't like to be part of the history for that matter, for sure. But I'm just expressing, I'm analyzing all those great personalities, including Rishi Aurobindo, Swami Vivekananda, Khudiram. The same Khudiram was branded as a terrorist and Mahatma Gandhi has supported, right? What is that for relations? That time, can you imagine this fellow was hanged without any support from Mahatma Gandhi? And say Mahatma Gandhi is father of nation. I am ashamed of, many times I told I am ashamed of telling Mahatma Gandhi as a father of nation. He is not a visionary leader, he is a selfish one, I told. Same thing I told to Jawaharlal Nehru. Friends, today I am not here to debate on how much selfishness is there. Talking about the humanity part. I am very happy Narendra Modi ji. Narendra Modi ji is not my friend, my relative, he is Prime Minister of India, but till I regard him a kind of wisdom. I told in one sentence to define Narendra Modi ji, sir. I tell him, sir, I say Jawaharlal Nehru, right? Indira Gandhi. I say Narendra Modi, sir. I have deeper respect for him, and not because we know each other. I have started from 1947 or 1885 to 2022. I have made 6 hours video to analyze all the Prime Minister, all the intellectuals, including Mahatma Gandhi, and what could be the possible reason for Indian freedom struggle, analyze each and everything, violence, non-violence movement, what are the break-even point, that why we could not get unified India, what are the possibilities. I have tried to analyze each and everything and tried to debunk all those things. I read it between the lines. I have told that history cannot be judged only with the documentary evidence. That's why your knowledge and wisdom is coming to analyze how I told Mayabad spoiled, how Mahatma Gandhi destroyed the whole thing of finally the partition of India. Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal, Mountbatten, all those people had got their interest, and on top of that, British enzyme, very, very double dose, triple dose enzyme, how it triggers the mind of Mahatma Gandhi. Then Mayabad, Mahatma, more. It is not Mahatma Gandhi, Mayabad, Modi. It is something different. It is Mahatma Gandhi, Mayabad, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Mountbatten. It is more. Aim. Present day aim also is there, how they are destroying with Mayabad, that I have told many times. I don't like to use those names and to spoil my mood sometime. Friends, it's around 5 o'clock morning. I believe Mr. Narendra Modi Sharji is going to come a Chrisat and inaugurate. I'm just thinking, he will stand in front of my technology, he will click the photo. That will be my greatest achievement. My philosophy of understanding of science will be successful. That is what I am praying. This time he should have the schedule. That is what everybody come. There are three president of India was planning and coming. It was decided they will come at site, but whenever they come inside site and they're busy with a lot of things. Same thing had happened to Lucknow, NBRI, National Botanical Research Institute. Dr. Kalam was coming as a video. Last night I was taking a flight, paying close to 25-30,000 rupees, reaching morning at Lucknow via Varanasi, no problem. But I had a vision to meet that, because I was told my institute, NBRI director and the principal scientist was in the coordinator and a project principal scientist and project in charge. He told me, you come down, Dr. Pal, and president will be coming. I was so happy. I myself and my engineer both we went, and finally whole day Dr. Kalam sitting in a dais interacting with lecturing, and Professor Brahmachari was there, and he was CSI Director General. I'm talking about 2012, 13 or 14. I'm not recalling the exact date. Yeah, obviously it will be around 2013, 14 when Professor Brahmachari was Director General. All the people lecturing and all many ministers they came whole day in dais. Then President of India, Dr. Kalam, engaging himself with a open discussion with students. By that time it was evening, then everybody told them, is they are not coming for inauguration. Okay, it's fine. This is a process. I don't have any issues. But what I want to tell you, even I also the same thing happened. This time it should not happen. That is what I am praying. I am reciting one poetry for my old poetry that is written 30 years back. This poetry was taken from my first poetry of my poetry book, Raat Uthare Gan, first poetry. I always, every time I feel that first poetry is always very important, like a cricket match. The opener who are taking the first ball, that defines the goal of your match. I don't watch much more cricket, but I usually watch first 2 overs. I can realize in which direction it is moving. That is my sense. I told it's waste of time watching 50 overs cricket or 5 days cricket. So you'll be wasting 5 days. Understand the philosophy of cricket rather than watching the cricket match. Matter will be much more clear. Nobody is there in this world can tell you this much. Similar way, football. Football is not that way, but cricket you can understand the philosophy. In cricket, there is a philosophy, there is a game plan involved. Football is there, but football is a sometimes individual skill. It can change the dynamics of the match. But in cricket, if you take a collective responsibility, well, I'm debating. I talk. There are a lot of debates on today regarding the present person. What is his name? Plays cricket. He's a nice fellow. Wife of husband of who is this? Kohli. Captaincy is a nothing thing. Like captaincy, he should not concentrate. He's a talented fellow. He should not get into a kind of a politics. This leadership, you have to give up many times. Not even being as a leader, also from back you can support. You can be winner. Don't go for power, Mr. Kohli. You have better power to lead the cricket. You have potential. Don't waste your time and energy getting into the politics. If you are the part of the Indian team, either it is a first or tail or end, you prove your worth. That is what it is important, Mr. Kohli. You need to learn. You will have some leadership quality skill or a skill of how to build a team and being as a part of the member, even not as a leader or a captain, till you can play better role. That is the skill you can think of. You can work as a silent mentor. You can prove your worth, Mr. Kohli. I am nobody to teach you because you are each and every angle. You might be very wealthy, you know your cricket well, but my wisdom says probably you are doing. Maybe you need to come down and zoom down, understand the philosophy of cricket, and play cricket accordingly. Exercise it, right? Thank you, Mr. Kohli. You came in between. That's why I was speaking regarding Modiji's coming at my place, my technology and inauguration, and I was talking to my engineers, the way I have seen my engineers, the entire incident I have explained also. I'm excited, right? Excited because not somebody, president, prime minister is coming. I think one wisdom is coming to meet another wisdom. That is what I was thinking, even though I was not there. Again, it is going to time because I want to make everything not as a person to express this thing. I was so happy because I have gone through a process. To be very honest, I was thrown out from various universities where I was trying to promote my technology. Abusive word I have digested in many places in IITs at my starting of the career. I have not forgotten. I know those scientists where they are now, and I know in JNU what kind of abusive language they have used. I know their name, everything. I have made the public also, I mentioned it. But there's such a shameless creature in this world. They do not like to respect the other side because they feel that's academically so arrogant they are. I were abused like a tikadar, giving technology of 1 crore 32 lakhs. Even Brookhaven National Laboratory cannot be thinking that this technology is available in India because I have handled with various groups in Brookhaven, whoever is understanding Australia, UK, all climate change group. They are surprised in India. People are doing such kind of very automatic, nice job. That is a pleasure. They might not be knowing that who is doing detail, but they know works are going on. Being as a proud Indian, I can tell you this much: the technology what we have given for mitigate the climate change, it has got enormous potential to change the dynamics of India, control the environment, understand the environment, make this a sustainable model. The technology what I have, close to 8 technology, can challenge any Nobel laureate. For that matter, 1918, it can challenge Amartya Sen, Dr. Abhijit, even they are the FECU Nobel laureate I told you. The economic science, not the science, I am talking about the actual Nobel Prize winner of physics, chemistry, biology, peace and literature. Already, climate change, lot of Nobel Prize is going on. The kind of technology we have sitting in India, and it can blow somebody's mind. If you are digging up any subject, if you want to discuss, it can go whole day discussion to understand the technology because it's a very complex subject. If you are a mathematician or a physician or a biologist, you won't be able to do if you do not have the understanding of the holistic approach of science, including mathematics, philosophy. You cannot do simulation model and make it functional. This much I can tell you. People might be thinking in a many ways that it's very easy. You can see a easy person like Swami Vivekananda is working. But if you get into his inside heart, you'll understand how much burning is there, what is the temperature is there. People talk about Swami Vivekananda is a spiritual guru. Even Tesla was also not understood. He is one of the greatest scientists in the century, but Swami Vivekananda is Swami Vivekananda. He's a great scientist. I'm the only person probably telling he's a great scientist, great mind. He can ignite somebody's mind. You can understand Swami Vivekananda. If Tesla, matter, what is matter energy relation? Swami Vivekananda had the solution. When Swami Vivekananda told, because that time U equal to MC square is not in a theoretical form. Because Einstein, he got into later stage of his life. He published E is equal to mc square because Einstein was close to 10 years younger than Tesla. Tesla was not knowing the matter energy relation, but Swami Vivekananda 100%. If you see the conversation between Swami Vivekananda with Tesla, it talks about the matter and energy. Okay, Swami Vivekananda could not have told that E is equal to mc square, that is a different thing. Same thing, this same message was very much there with Gautam Buddha. Even though Swami Vivekananda is derived from Hinduism, but if you see the entire philosophy of Swami Vivekananda is coming from the Gangotri Buddhism. Many few people might be telling or not be accepting this statement today, but I wish everybody should critically analyze and draw a line because Swami Vivekananda is a rational thinker. Rationality is there with Buddhism. Hinduism, there is no rationality. I could see Swami Vivekananda is very much rational. Wherever you want to use, exercise rationality, he can use it. That is the beauty. Taking out different weapon, different time. People talk about your violence. Your every time you should be violent only. I say no. It is not the question of violence and non-violence. It is the time what is going to define whether you want to be violent or non-violent or a very nice fellow or a good boy. It is time. Your knowledge and wisdom can be only checked based on the situation, how knowledgeable you are. It is not knowledgeable how many degrees you have inside your almirah, how many research paper you have inside almirah. I have challenged Nobel laureates. Till Amartya Sen is alive, I want to see Amartya Sen in any dais, any forum in this world. For that matter, Nobel Foundation, same thing for Dr. Abhijit. You are all alive. If you are reaching this message for your development, poverty, elevation, I want to bring my theory and your theory and put into public scrutiny. All intellectual, no problem, anytime. But then that time you don't tell that London University, MIT, Stanford. When you discuss somebody with the idea level, or I can invite you in India, any hall, any nice hall, because you might be needing AC and audience, even for that matter, JNU campus. I can do that. Let me know, Dr. Abhijit and Dr. Amartya Sen, or in Calcutta, open forum, Mahajati Sadan or Ravindra Sadan, wherever you feel, or Esplanade East, wherever you feel. If you want to have South, no problem. If you want to have IIT, you tell me any IIT, I'll write to the director of their institute to make such kind of topic. Any topic you decide, I'll come. Talk about your work. You can talk about your work, I can talk. But that time, you please delete this, your Nobel laureate, or then you can tell risk bank prize winner. Then I can come to your dais. Otherwise, I won't come. I would treat you as a Nobel laureate. That's why my problem.